Hi, GenderBlenders. Welcome to week 93. This week's topic is, I want you to comment on hatred and haters in the community or outside attacking in. Have you experienced it online or in the real world? How do you handle it? This is Steffi, and that's an interesting topic. It's a tough topic, but it's an interesting topic. Hatred and haters within the community. I think normally we're pretty good. I think we all get along reasonably well, both online and in the real world, but within this community. I've seen some examples of inappropriate comments left on videos and things like that. Whether that's out of cattiness, disagreements, misunderstandings, or whatever. My commentary on that is those kinds of things are best left offline. We need to present a united front online, of course. I also have some commentary about that below on some comments that were left on my videos as well. But I'll get to that in a little bit. Community events. So this is hatred and haters within the community. Within community events, Pride, etc. You know, I went to the San Diego Pride Festival and Pride Parade both. Overall, a very wonderful experience. I didn't see any examples of hatred or name-calling or anything nasty happen at either the parade or the festival. I think I reported, some of the nice things that happened to me during the festival. But those are the nice things. There's no evidence of hatred or haters that way. My local Pride, that is Pride at the Beach up here in North County, San Diego, I was in Thailand, so I did not get a chance to go to Pride at the Beach this year. I understand it went off very well and there was no problems associated with that as well, but like I say, since I wasn't there, I can't judge that directly. Online haters. Have I experienced it, and how do I handle it? Yes, I have. So this is kind of a little bit of a follow-on from within the community, although it's probably the particular haters that I've seen tend to be outsiders looking in, and I'll get into that in a minute. But online haters, on one of my own personal videos, and they're all transition related, as you folks know, I did get a comment that says, "You still look like an elderly man. Invest in a wig for that balding head. Don't talk so much because your dentures may start to slip. You are a man and hormones won't help you." Those are kind of hateful comments. So how did I respond to that? Early on, very early on in my transition when I started making videos and things like that, I got a couple like that, but I just simply deleted them and moved on. But everyone's really entitled to their opinion. So how do you disarm folks like that who just want to be hateful? And my response was, my comment back to that comment was as follows. Folks, there is always going to be unhappy people out there who likewise try to make others as miserable as they are. Sometimes you get some nicely hidden compliments, like the sweetie below, and that's the comment that I just read you. Wow, he thinks my teeth are so nice they look like dentures. Alas, they're real. I don't think you'll find a denture with that kind of a thing, or with a hole missing. But, and to think that My wig looks like real hair. I could just hug him for that. Now, of course, that's a nonsense comment. This is my real hair. You folks have seen what I can do with a wig from Halloween. Being properly gendered is so wonderful. And that's the comment that I left back. So it basically disarms any of those kinds of things. You basically take the commentary and throw it back at them. You don't get mad at them. You don't start calling names. You don't do ad hominem kind of attacks. Because it doesn't work. But that's what I did there. So that's how I handle online haters. I get very few. I get some, but I get very few. There are just going to be those folks who just can't stand to see somebody happy. It's life. Outside attacking in. There's actually a lot of that going on still, you know. I'm normally not political, so I normally don't delve in the political realm. But, name change story. Since I changed my name, I had to re-register to vote this year in the elections that we just had. And so I purposely chose one of the bigoted groups to that was standing out in front of the one. I think it was it might have been the Home Depot, or maybe it was Trader Joe's, or one of those. I forget where it was that I actually stopped and did my deed. And my deed was to re-register. And they were all happy that, oh yeah, you're going to re-register. Let's take back this country and all that sort of good stuff. And their song kind of changed when they figured out that my name change was to change my first name, not my last name, because they put two and two together. And then, yes, I am transgender and transsexual, and so what's the problem there? And all of a sudden they didn't get so very helpful after that. So that's how I handle those kinds of things. Also, outsiders attacking in. So-called Christian leaders. You folks know I'm Christian, I'm Catholic, and I am very active in my church. You folks know that. I've not kept that at all secret. But I tend to get a little bit militant when I find pseudo-Christians bashing on gays and bashing on transgenders and things like that. So one of our local Christian radio stations that I used to listen to a lot got into that mode. So I sent them an email. I said, this is actually my second follow-up email. To whoever really cares, in an effort to see whether you've come back to Christ, I tuned into KBRT from 3:30 until the advertising break at 3:50 p.m. Friday, August 27th. I've only a few observations concerning the 2 8-minute segments I listened to. 2 advertisement segments in that time as well. Number of occurrences of the word Jesus, 0. Number of occurrences of the word love, 0. Number of occurrences of the word God, 0. Number of occurrences of the word salvation, 0. Number of occurrences of the word senator, 19. Number of occurrences of the word gay, 17. Number of occurrences of the word military, 26. Incidentally, the caller who disagreed with your view, who got faded down to 0 volume, followed by, I think we have a bad connection, was a nice touch. As an engineer by trade, bad connections don't happen like that, although I will certainly not judge what happened there. What has happened to you folks? Is this it? Quote, in 1992, when liberal voices were becoming loud and shrill, Donald Crawford, president of Crawford Broadcasting Company, decided it was time for his station to express its conservative values. In April of that year, the Crawford Stand became the company's corporate voice. many editorials focus on politics and patriotism, but the Christian calling of CBC is often front and center. Unquote. Hey, the Christian calling doesn't seem to be front and center anymore. In fact, it's nowhere to be found. At this point, the only possible use I have for listening to your once great station is to write down the advertisers so I know who to avoid. You see, I'm a Christian, I'm a conservative, and I do vote with my pocketbook. Think about what you've done to yourselves and what you've turned Christ's message into. Stephanie, Carlsbad, California. That was my email to them. I tend to be very militant about folks who really don't understand what they're doing to us and to themselves. And so, yes, I have experienced it, and that's what I do. So, I'm normally non-political. You folks don't hear me rasping at politics one way or the other. And I will continue to not do that. But, you know, when we do get hatred and haters in our midst, the only way we can get that cleared up is to make our voices known. And that's what I had to do. So that's my take on this week's video. I hope that was entertaining to you folks. And until next week, this is Steffi saying bye-bye, everyone.